I think it was the end of 2022 or the start of 2023 where the elf camp got its icon for skins added. As you can see, skins, but as you can see, only the default appears here, while for towers with skins that are unlockable or can be unlocked, it should show an icon. This doesn't apply to me because I have all of the skins, but for example, the Dark Frost Electric Shocker, the Classic Electric Shocker, not the Frankenstein Electric Shocker because event skins don't appear as unlockable things that you can buy. The Valentine's Electric Shocker, same difference. But certainly the Valentine's Electric Shocker, the Classic Electric Shocker, and the Dark Frost Electric Shocker would appear here before you were able to buy them or get them, have them unlocked basically. That is not the case for the Elf Camp. The Elf Camp doesn't have any skins that you can publicly see. However, you get the Scout if you were to, I don't know, get, which skin should I get? To be fair, I think I forgot which skins actually activate this. It doesn't have any ghost skins. The Valentine Scout, yes, this is the one that works. So Valentine Scout, go to Towers, go to all the way to Stats, go to Switch Tower, Starter. You can see Valentine skins have applied to all of the other towers with Valentine skins. If it doesn't have a Valentine skin, it will remain as the default. However, go to Exclusive Towers, as you can see, Elf Camp, blank. Now this is a symptom of the Elf Camp's Valentine skin because yes, it does have a Valentine skin not appearing. This is a glitch, yes, the fact that the Valentine skins appear for all of the other towers when the Scout is the one that has the Valentine skin equipped, but this does show that the Valentine skin does exist for the Elf Camp, and in fact, there are 4 skins for the Electric Shocker, which you can confirm through glitches, this glitch specifically, that being the Bunny Elf Camp, the Hazmat Elf Camp, and the Ghost Elf Camp. Now, if this sounds familiar, it's because it is. This is the order of the Electric Shocker skins as they appear on the wiki, and as they appear on the wiki is the order that they are released in, because the Valentine's Electric Shocker skin came first, then the Bunny, then the Hazmat, then the Ghost Electric Shocker skins. Interestingly enough, the Ducky skin does not exist for the Elf Camp. I did make a video on someone making a model for it, which in my opinion, it should be added, but the Ducky Elf Camp does not exist in the game, nor does the Vigilante Elf Camp, or the Frankenstein Elf Camp, the TV Elf Camp. It is just Valentine's Bunny, Hazmat, Ghost. We know it's the Electric Shocker because the Electric Shocker is the only combination of towers that has this combination of skins. The minigun does come close. It has the Hazmat skin, the Ghost skin, and the Bunny skin, but it doesn't have the Valentine skin, which does confirm it is for the Electric Shocker because very few other towers have the Hazmat skin. Only the Minigunner and the Militant has it. And while the Militant does have the Hazmat skin and the Ghost skin, it doesn't have the Bunny nor the Valentine skin because its Valentine skin is the Chocolatier skin, not the same name. Now, this skin was shown through exploits, but we can confirm this through the glitch that we did, and it's not an abusable glitch because what are you abusing? You're just abusing the fact that it shows up, and it is kind of a common thing, and it's not easily replicated. It's easily replicated, sorry, and I'm not injecting anything into the game, so it's fine. But as you can see, it does have 4 skins, one of them being the Ghost Elf Camp skin, which is why I'm probably going to title this video, the Elf Camp skin is fake, or the Ghost Elf Camp skin is fake. Because while on paper they do exist, what they don't tell you is the fact that the model for it doesn't exist. As you can see here, it has no icon, but even in the preview, if you could somehow select it as a preview, it has no shadow. Well, it does have a shadow, it's just there's no model for it to actually properly shadow it. Now, it goes Valentine's, Bunny, Hazmat, Ghost, again, in the same order that the Electric Shocker skins were added in. Now, what I think may have happened is that when the developers were tinkering around with the code for the game in the lobby, they may have accidentally transferred some of the skin assets for the Electric Shocker over to the Elf Camp. Bearing in mind the Electric Shocker is ELE, the next letter in the alphabet is F, which would mean the Elf Camp is the next tower along. So it could be the case where the developers, when they were like selecting a block of text and copy and pasting it over into like some Electric Shocker skin stats or whatever, they may have accidentally applied it to the Elf Camp. However, because the Elf Camp doesn't use the icons for the Electric Shocker skin, it doesn't have any icons for it, and because the skin for the model it doesn't exist, therefore there's no preview either. Therefore, while the skin does like appear in the code, there is no actual model for it. Therefore, if you were to probably place down the Ghost Elf Camp skin, it will probably break on impact purely because the skin doesn't work. Because, like I said, there is no skin for the Elf Camp, even though there is a skin for the... It's like Schrodinger's skin. If there was ever a Schrödinger skin in Tower Defense Simulator, it would be the Ghost Elf Camp, the Valentine's Elf Camp, the Hazmat Elf Camp, and the Bunny Elf Camp. Because they exist in the code, but the model doesn't exist in the code, and the icon doesn't exist in the code, and it's likely through glitches that they even appear in the database for the game. Now, will I see developers fix this issue? Probably not, purely because you can't actually get the Ghost Elf Camp, even though it says event. You can't get it. It's not like it's in crates. It's not like there's a rarity. Well, there is a rarity to it. I assume it just transfers over the rarity from the Electroshocker. But there's no way to get this legitimately, and it has no use because you can't get it in the first place. I would be interested to see if a tester can give it to themselves. I believe they can give it to themselves, but I don't think that they can place it down, because if they can place it down, it'll probably glitch out. So, any testers watching that can actually do this, please let me know, because it's an interesting video. Like, I assume this is on board with the developers purely just because this is not even meant to be in the game in the first place. But that's why the Elf Camp has a skin section here, because theoretically, again, on paper, it has some skins. In reality, it has no skins. However, knowing Below Natural, I think there is a chance that he makes the skins for the Elf Camp purely based on the fact that the Electroshocker skins were accidentally transferred over. The first 4 skins made for the Electroshocker. It hasn't happened specifically in Tower Defense Simulator, but I think it's happened in the previous game that we've worked on. I say we, as in I worked on the game. I didn't work on that game, and I still will not mention that game, but I believe Below Natural did make a skin for that game after it was like glitched out in like the update log, which mentions it, but it never existed. So there is every chance that the Elf Camp, the Ghost Elf Camp skin, is actually made, given the fact that it is now like TDS lore or something that people want the Ghost Elf Camp, even though a model of it has never existed, and the logistics to add a Ghost Elf Camp would probably be insane. Like, sure, back in the day, Below Natural could have inverted the colours for the minigunner and make it semi-transparent and call it a skin. However, nowadays, ghost skins, they are quite detailed. So something like that wouldn't fly, even though back in the day, the ghost skins were like one of the best skins according to the fan base, even though they were simple recolors and transparency toggles. You really do not need to impress the community with much. Like, you can probably add like an all yellow skin with like completely yellow, including the minigunner, instead of this schmuckums or the blue skins or the red skins that we actually have for the minigunner. But having a Ghost Elf Camp isn't as simple as like inversing the colours, making it semi-transparent, and bam, moving all the enemies to be like that. I feel like there'll be some backlash, so I don't think developers would go for that. Then again, if people want to see that and the developers want to make a quick buck, then go ahead. Then again though, how do you actually advertise the ghost skin? Because the ghost skin comes from a crate. Now I do have spare crates from codes and everything, but most people probably don't have spare crates, even if they played the Halloween 2020 event in inverted commas, or speech marks. And like the pumpkin crate is the same issue for that. I don't think it'll be incredibly fair to add the Ghost Elf Camp to the game and have it for the spooky crate. However, what could be a good thing, or what could be used, is around Halloween time, what the developers could do is possibly add it to the spooky crate and then have like a quest for the Ghost Elf Camp, or the Valentine's Elf Camp, or the Bunny Elf Camp, or the Hazmat Elf Camp. In fact, the Hazmat Elf Camp is probably one of those things where if it's added to the game, which is highly unlikely, it would be either a crate exclusive skin, so something like for the deluxe crate or the premium crate, or it'll be a mission quest. But the fact that the other skins for the Elf Camp are event skins probably means that these skins aren't going to ever be added, even if they were hypothesized, even if skins for the Elf Camp were hypothesized. But no, I'm still waiting on the Ducky Elf Camp. That is the only true skin for Tower Defense Simulator.